Okay. Hello, people. Small but select group. I know you recognise all these faces out here. It's lovely to see some friendly faces. We'll be with you in about 2 minutes. We're going to round up the players, get them to shuffle outside so that they make a grand entrance. That's you guys, by the way. You're playing. Don't look at me. I'm not going. Okay, we'll be right with you in a second. Can you all hear me? Okay, we're here. Put that paper down, sir. Unbelievable. Okay, thanks for turning up. Hopefully more people will show up. We normally have quite a busy crowd, more about sort of 60 odd people, but hopefully they'll fill out later. Welcome back to PSL. I have to say, it's a great joy and honour to be here. I love this stuff, you can tell. It's fantastic to have welcome back these players, and it's great to be able to bring world-class squash to this club. We were quite fortunate this year to actually get PSL. There was almost a kind of rebellion, kind of made the Catalan look like a tea party, but the managers did actually kind of slightly rebel against England squash. I'm pleased to say, with the aid of Nick Matthews' manager Paul Walters, we've now kind of got things back on an even keel and actually moving in the right direction. So hopefully PSL is going to attract a bit more money, a bit more sponsorship, and actually can get better and better from here on in. Should we bring the players out? Yes. You're going to have to do a lot better than that if you want to see these people. Shall we bring these players out? Yes. Let's stamp some feet. Clap some hands. Okay, and a bit of a cheer. Yes. Oh, you're warmed up. That's good. I like it. Okay, should we bring the ladies out? Our first people on the court opposite, where you're kind of turning your backs at the moment. Representing Chichester, we have Jasmine Hutton. She was the runner-up in the GB Junior Champs, represented GB in the Team Worlds, and they got bronze. She was 5th in the European Individuals. Please welcome to the court, Jazz Hutton. Thank you. Keep that energy up. It's not just the players that need to put something out there, you've got to too. Keep cheering. Would you welcome, representing Coolhurst, under 17 Dutch Open champion? And she's actually in the under 15 age group, so she's punching well above her weight. The British closed under 15 champion. She's been playing for 5 years, inspired by her mum, who's a real star apparently. Would you please welcome Katie Maliff? Okay, and on to the number 4s, representing Chichester. This man made the semis in the Europeans. He was 9th in the British Open, 11th in the World Juniors, currently ranked 365. Please welcome Tom Walsh. His opponent for this evening is the Czech national team, represented them in the Worlds next month. PSA finalist in Ukraine Open, currently 146 in the world. Please welcome Andrzej Urka. Let's have a room, come on. No, not from the players, from the audience. Okay, on to the number 3s. From Chichester, we have this man who's been represented the GB at university level. He's also been in the semis of the 5K in Oran, in France. His favourite player apparently is Nick Matthew. Good choice. Unfortunately, the man is retiring this year, but not this chap. At 170 in the world, please welcome Miles Jenkins. His opponent, currently residing in Spain, just escaped the Catalan separatist movement apparently. Junior under 9 world ranked, sorry, not under 9, he's world ranked under 9. Quarterfinals in the Argentine Open, and apparently he's a very friendly chap if you're a girl. Would you please welcome number 138, Alex Noakes. Okay, on to the number 2s from Chichester. This man is the current British junior champion. He was the European junior runner-up, and his favourite player is Gregory Gautier. He also won the Tree Brewing 5K in Canada last year. Please would you welcome 129 in the world, Kyle Finch. Fantastic. His opponent this evening has won 1 PSA World Tour the Barbados Open. He's had 2 5K finals. His favourite man in the world is Valentino Rosso. Would you please welcome 114 in the world, our very own popular Joe Green. Okay, you may see a theme out there. It's a lot of youth. A lot of the future of the game. Let's bring out the number 1s. Currently, this man was the world, British over 35s champion. This man also was a coach here at our own Coolhurst. He's a sprightly man. Would you please welcome, was 107 in the world, Tim Bale. Okay, his opponent this evening has 5 PSA titles, was European Junior Champion, British Junior Champion, European number 1. He's currently 65 in the world. Very excited to see this man back. Please welcome, big welcome for Angus Gilliam. Okay, we're just going to do a few pictures. Hopefully Tom's going to tweet one of those out or Facebook it out. Thanks very much. Keep that energy going, people. You'll enjoy it much more. And I won't have to come up here and talk to you. That's got to be an incentive. Also, while we're here, can we have a big hand for Mr. Wipey Wipey? Okay, so we're going to have on this court, we're going to have Alex and his opponents. We're having the number 3s on here. And on the other court, we're having the ladies, the number 5s. On this court will then be followed by the number 1s and then the number 3s finally on this court.
So welcome to everyone that's watching the PSL here at Coolhurst. I'm Nick Healy, and I shall be with you for the most of the evening when I'm not actually rushing out in front of the cameras and comparing for the evening. I hope to be joined by one of the players shortly, Joe Green, who will be playing number 2 for Coolhurst. So hopefully he'll be able to come along and offer his expert insight into the matches that are going on. Certainly the first match, which we've got going on in a few seconds. I think they've spun up, and we'll be looking for them to start. And that first game is going to be Alex Noakes against Miles Jenkins. So quite evenly matched up, not much in it between all the sort of world rankings. So on paper, this should be quite a tight match. Whether it is or not, I don't know. I think Joe's about to join me. There's a chair over there, Joe, for you. If you want to grab that. Yeah, I know. Joining me, so you can see the match up there. That's sorry, I'm just pointing out viewers to where the match is for Joe to actually watch. So just saying, Joe, that it's quite on paper it's quite a even match-up. They're not really that far apart from each other in the world rankings, are they?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. They're both great movers. I'd say Miles is definitely wants to volley and attack quite a lot. Alex is very good at retrieving, so should be a good match to watch.
Okay, so they've got a sort of slightly contrasting style. I mean, they still seem to want to crack the ball reasonably hard.
Yeah, they both hit the ball pretty hard. Both move pretty well as well. I'd say Alex is more known for his movement.
So do you think this will be about not making errors, the winner of this match, or do you think it's going to be the person who attacks the most?
For Miles, yeah. For Alex, I think that's the player who's going to rely on winning most of his points, is forcing Miles to make the errors.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I think the match is going to go, really.
Okay, we just had an error there from Alex, so that wasn't such a great cross court. Not quite sure what the score is actually, so I should have been paying attention. Ooh. So I guess at this early stage, you're just kind of measuring each other at the moment, trying to get the rhythm, hitting the length. I mean, the length actually seems to be reasonably good. Well, that was a bit wayward, but generally, they're getting the right length. Not quite so tight at the moment, but I guess that will probably come.
Just seeing things out.
Ooh.
Nice shot.
I could have got that. I'm sure I could have. So have you played either of these guys?
Yeah, I've played both of them pretty recently. I managed to beat both of them.
Right.
But it's sort of a tough match.
So who do you find it tougher to play? Putting you on the spot here.
They're pretty similar, I'd say. They're both as hard as each other.
And who did you play last?
I played Miles last.
Okay.
League match. Managed to get 3-1.
3-1, okay. Okay, so obviously you're playing in the right spot there. You're playing above them, which is good to know as the manager. I've got it right. Yeah, I did speak to Alex beforehand. He did sound quite quietly confident about doing the business, as it were, today. Seems to think he's playing quite well at the moment. He's recently moved out to Spain, and I gather he's training with Ika and a couple of other guys all sharing the same coach and the same fitness coach as well, which I thought was slightly unusual, but great, I guess, if you can do that.
Yeah. Good setup in Barcelona.
Yeah, no, definitely, yeah, if you can avoid the revolution. Yeah. Yeah, let's hope they stay in the European Union. Well, actually, that makes no difference because we're leaving anyway, aren't we? So, yeah, I mean, he did actually spoke to Alex. He didn't seem to be affected at all. So what disturbance? So obviously, only happening in some parts. So how do you see it at the moment? I mean, it does seem to be getting a little bit tighter. Alex is having...
For this rally at the moment, Mark
on in front, isn't he? Yeah.
Alex needs to try and push up and try and start volleying a bit more.
He's in trouble now. He's come back twice now, hasn't he, in the rally? So it does look pretty fresh. I have to be pretty kind of sprightly and sort of springy at the moment. Would you say he's a consistent volleyer, Alex? I often wonder if it's something he needs to work more on.
Does volley a bit more.
Yeah, having seen him play a few times, I always think that was a great pickup. He's come back into this rally 3 times now.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem phased. I mean, that's maybe more maturity now, certainly from last season. I think that's a difference that I've noticed.
Yeah, I'd definitely say his physicality has improved.
Yeah, but also, yeah, his nose, that's a great point to win. I mean, he's, as I say, he's come back 3 times in that rally and he's vindicated by it. I mean, often there's that thing, isn't it? Do you keep going? Do you keep running, or is it worth giving up in a rally sometimes? Because are you being sapped too much?
It honestly depends on how you feel you match up against your opponent physically as well.
Yeah.
So if you feel like running down the ball, like constantly putting a different sort of pressure on your opponent by retrieving, then it's worth doing that.
Yeah.
You know, if you feel like you can't maintain it, then
Yep.
it's best to probably just play.
So do you think?
Don't play like that.
I was going to say, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, to be that calculated, to go against instinct, to maybe give up,
Yeah.
because you think this is ridiculous. I do need to stop, otherwise I'm just. That's a real maturity, though, isn't it? For a player to be able to do that, to actually give up,
Yeah.
and say, actually,
Well,
I've lost that little battle, but it's to winning the war of the game, of winning the game.
You may see Tim Bell give up on a couple of shots tonight, and then that may work in his favour for him to
Sure. Yes.
win the game. He may give up on the whole game completely.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, it's all kicked off straight away there. First decision, it's not a happy one.
I think Alex was looking for the let there because the strings went.
Oh,
that's
I
what Miles was
see.
arguing about.
Okay.
He's not happy with the fact that Alex's string went, trying to get a cheap let. That's what Miles is saying.
So do you think that is the case?
To be honest, I think it was a let, to be honest.
Okay. No, it looked like a
but
let.
It is always annoying when your opponent breaks their strings and then it turns out to be a let when you could have.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. I mean, because I guess, as you get into any professional sport, any small edge that you can get over your opponent is gold dust, I guess, really. You might hear some applause in the background. There's another court behind us where the number 5s, the ladies, are playing. But obviously we're focused here on the number 3s with Alex. So you're getting quite a lot of stuff down the backhand. Ooh, dangerous. Which you'd kind of expect. I mean, they're both right-handers. We'd expect to see quite a lot down the backhand. Yeah, what do you think about Alex's drop there? I mean, he's again, I wonder if it's something he needs to work a little bit more on. Yeah. I guess, do you think he's trying to hold the ball, but actually he's already committed to the drop, so it's difficult?
Yeah, he could have done there is maybe punch it long.
Yeah.
If he held it like that, and then when he gets another opportunity like that, put it in fast.
Yeah.
Get on it earlier.
Because it strikes me a couple of times at the front, he's sort of come there, and it does look like he's sort of waiting. And I do wonder if actually he thinks he's holding the ball, but it hasn't actually shaped up enough to kind of look like he's playing 2 or 3 shots. I could be wrong there. This thing, my club player view on this,
Miles just picked up a good
yeah, he did.
volley there.
It was a great volley.
His forehand volley drop and his backhand really are quite very good.
Yeah.
The volley drop.
He's reasonably tall as well, so he's got a good reach. Yeah. there. Oh. Oh, Ulmer lost ball. 8-3. So Alex is up against it here. So what should Alex be doing?
He's not doing too much wrong here. I just think he needs to focus on the quality a bit more here. He's trying to hit it a bit too hard here. And instead, if he gets it counted to the side wall and pins Miles to the back, that's his tactic, I think. But it just needs to be a bit tighter. Play it a bit tighter.
Oh, dispute there. He obviously thought that was out.
Bit of a late call from the referee.
Very late call. Half the audience have gone to the bar.
Almost served the next point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Alex merrily playing away. You know. So that's 9-3, I'm guessing. Okay, so you're thinking that he needs to be focusing on the quality of what he's actually producing here, rather than the pace.
I'd also say you've got to get it off Miles' volley. He's so, you know, he's very lethal on that volley. So and we may see this later on in the game as the match goes on. Alex maybe start pushing up and attacking. But yeah, there you see Miles.
He's hit it onto his racket. Yeah.
He's trying to volley everything now because he's got the 9.
Yeah, he can afford to attack that much more, can't he?
Definitely. He looks quite confident at the moment, so we need to. Alex needs to sort of knock his confidence a bit.
I mean, no disrespect to sort of Tim Vale, but we have got quite a sort of youthful set of players.
Years, so the next oldest,
yes, yeah.
Ondra, 20
yeah. I mean, it's. I just sort of wonder. Do you think at this, you know, kind of most of the guys here are at the sort of early part of their career, are they thinking about the tactics all the time?
Yeah, definitely saying that everybody will be tactical whether it's, you know, right for them.
Because often, I mean, that's the thing about, I mean, any kind of sport like this, you know, tennis or table tennis or whatever sort of racket sports, surely it's being able to try and change your game. I mean, it's all very well going out with a game plan at the beginning, but if things are going disastrously wrong, I mean, do most players, do you think, have a game B, you know, plan B, plan C, or do they just kind of keep going?
I'd like to think.
10-3,
That was actually quite quick. I was a bit quicker than I expected it to be. So what would you, if you were going to be saying something to Alex, what would you be saying to him now?
I would just try and say to push up on that tee a bit more, stop Miles from getting in front all the time, maybe use a bit more height as well, get the ball to the back of the court, and use what Alex wants to do. Wait for Miles to do the defensive short ball, and then he can counter it, which is what he should look to do.
Do you think that's what Angus is imparting to him?
I'd hope so. He's a clever lad, Angus, so he can. He would be telling Alex to play a bit straighter.
Yeah.
Play, use a bit of height as well. If I was talking to Alex now, and obviously don't wait to put that drop in, just get it in.
Yeah.
I know I sometimes struggle with doing that, though. So.
Well, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, you know, whether you're kind of my level or you know, beginner or world number one, I guess the game is always much easier when you're watching.
Definitely much easier. World number one when you're watching.
Yeah, I'm brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely amazing. Yeah. There's Tim Vale, just came into the corner of the camera there.
I think Alex might try and pick it up here. Maybe try and play a bit faster as well. We'll see though.
Well, hopefully. I mean, it's obviously a much harder prospect if you're. The Wipers joining them on court. It's a 3-man game. Awesome. That could be interesting squash with the mop. I mean, it's going to be very difficult. Obviously, if he goes 2 down.
He's a physical player. going too far down, won't phase him. He'll try and come back and,
So if it does go too down, this is a way off from that, but what would you, I mean, in the third, would you just go for it? Just think, well, I've got nothing to lose, I may as well just...
Yeah, that's what I would be telling him if I was in his corner. I would definitely tell him to just go for it. But yeah, let's hope not though. Hopefully,
good shot, nice nick there. Yeah, that was a good volley. As I was saying earlier, he's...
this court is quite bouncy, but it's quite dead when I've taken it before.
Yeah.
So, somebody like Miles, cuts it really well. Quite difficult to play against on these courts. In contrast to the back courts there, they're very warm, bouncy. Would suit Alex a bit more.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was just, there was a bit of a dispute there. I thought Alex was in control and clearly thought that ball was out. Unfortunately, we weren't focused on it, but on camera-wise. But yes, I hear what you're saying. Another volley there. Just yeah, he's got to be moving him off the front there. So Miles is really dominating now.
Yeah, definitely got to start getting the ball past him.
Yeah, he's not quite getting the full length, is he? Do you think that was a length?
Yeah.
Just check we're on the same page.
Well, he's trying to take that through the middle of the court. Like,
yeah, no, definitely,
it's definitely a left.
I mean, difficult really for some club players.
Alex put it in a bit better.
But he did a lot better.
He put it in that bit quicker, and there's.
Got a let.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a bit more positive there.
just coming back, this is what I was saying earlier. I mean, with club players, it's difficult sometimes to appreciate the speed at which people kind of are moving.
Oh yeah, the game is so much faster than it looks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, if you're kind of a club player, you're kind of used to, what I call let situations, where people just assume there's a let or a stroke without necessarily making full effort for the ball always.
They're making 100% effort.
But then conversely here, it looks like they're miles away from the ball, but actually in reality, the players, because they're so quick and fit, it is.
Strong lead here, 5 love lead.
Yeah,
Hopefully we can see Alex turn around here.
Make that trip from Spain worth it.
He's working hard here, so. Few points here.
He needs to get something on the board, doesn't he? Better length than Alex. He's put it kind of back on his racket again. This is better, much better. That's great, that's a good volley.
1-5.
Definitely in that rally, I mean that rally there was probably the best he's played, I think. He's so much tighter on that backhand. I think it was a bit fortuitous myself, but there you go. Maybe that's a club player in me. He meant it. Okay, not quite getting it to the back, is he, Alex, there? I mean, it's very well sort of talking about, getting it to the back and things like that. Presumably, could have been a stroke almost there.
He wasn't in the way of the swing, but it's more of a safety let.
Yeah, if he hadn't moved quick enough, he would be in trouble. But I mean, talking about stick it to the back and stuff like that. I mean, what are the pros tend to be doing? And I mean, we all to get on court and play a few lengths, but is that it? And what are some pros do in terms of trying to keep it, to recreate that game scenario?
Get that punishment first. Get that deep to the back and then work if you can get your opponent to the back, then you can put that shot. If your opponent's on the tee and you take that and you put that shot away, you're probably going to get it well in this game. You're going to have to do that quite a few times. Club match, you only have to do that once. You have to do that 4 times per rally sometimes. To win a point, so that's where it's going to be hard.
See, Alex not very happy there. He thought probably he was going to get a stroke probably. No let.
Sometimes when things aren't going your way, and, you just want the decisions to go your way.
Yeah. So wishful thinking, do you think?
No, I think it was a let, but
I would have said a let, but
definitely frustrating. You feel like the markers are
the rub of the green, as it were.
Definitely. You definitely.
So coming back to the, talking about the length. So what do you do in terms of as a pro to sort of train to get that sort of match condition where you're under that pressure and you're still having to put the length tight and accurate to the back of the court? Is it?
It can be anything, like coach you can also like do alley games, length games or something like that, condition games.
Yep.
You only have to hit it to the back.
Yep.
You have to hit perfect length to win the point.
So it's putting it into some sort of game, some competitive.
Yeah, but you could also have your coach reading.
Right, okay.
So just, coach read you that in a certain area and you try and hit the perfect length.
Yeah, Alex needs to do something fairly radical, doesn't he?
Yeah. I have faith though. He's definitely a fighter.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Even if the game's not going his way, he's definitely a fight.
It's much better length of game. Took a little bit more time over that. He was given more time, but he used it, which is good. Goes away, but there you go. Not happy about anything there.
So Alex thought that was a double. It wasn't too short, to be honest. I think it was just, jabbing.
You
also wanted to stroke as well.
It's a rare mistake there.
Miles hasn't made too many mistakes.
He has made hardly any.
Which is so difficult to play when you've got somebody that's that. 11-3. If he's not making a mistake, it's very hard.
So 2 down now.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite difficult. What now do you say to him at this point?
To be honest, I would say, you've got to try and go for it now. You've got to try and assert your authority, try and take control of this game. At the moment, Miles is actually on top of the valleys. He's taking in some tight volley drops and things like that. So if you've got to get him off that middle area. But also, when it's on, he's got to go for it. When it's around the middle of the court, go for that winning shot, because if he does that, that's going to surprise Miles a bit. Unsettle Miles, because at the moment he seems quite comfortable. So
yeah, he does seem very comfortable.
If he can attack a bit more, he'll actually probably unsettle Miles' game.
At the moment, it seems to be the only time that Alex has really troubled him is when he's been
assertive, yeah.
and played. Yeah, well, I just think on the backhand when the times when he's got back into or taken control of the rally is when he's played 2 or 3 good backhand shots. There have been good lengths, as he's talked about earlier, dragging him off the tee, taking him off the front of the court, pulling him to the back. So, but I just wonder, is there something? I mean, should he maybe be trying to just drop more and maybe just volley himself a little bit more?
I'd definitely say, yeah, the volleying. He needs to volley a bit more. Because obviously, attack is the best form of defence.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if he starts attacking, he won't have to defend so much again.
I mean, it's a body language. So you know, Miles has come out. He wants to sort of just practice a few drops and things. It's a whole different thing, isn't there? Really. I mean, there's a lot of psychology in this game. I mean, you often hear of people talking about, sort of boxing without the gloves, and it's true in a way, particularly when you are knackered. It's tiring.
Set it up. Play. Great drive.
Yeah.
So you've got to set things up really.
Maybe you should just try a few down the middle as well to try and catch Miles out. Yeah, it was good. He was a bit unlucky earlier. He hit 2 or 3 out, didn't he? And I wonder if that affected the confidence of whether to go for a few or not. I don't know. Well, I think
second maybe.
Yeah, he put one down. We talked earlier. His first mistake was a cross-court tin, wasn't it, from the backhand to the fore. He's not hitting a great length. He's really trying to get in there, isn't he, Miles, and volley that. Could have made a bit more effort. I thought he would have got there, but it didn't look like he was making as much push as he could have. I mean, I guess as a ref, it's very difficult not to kind of make judgments based on what's gone on before in the rally. How fast do you think that person is or not? Yeah, I guess it must be also almost impossible. It was lovely, it was super. Not watching the score at the moment, but. Was good. Oh yes, that's that. Oh, it's good. Yeah, that's.
If you can play positive about this, up down, so you might as well
go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
He did, didn't he? Yeah, yeah. I guess psychologically, you've got to take as much from that as you can. I've done it once, and I'll keep doing it. It's unlucky. It's unlucky. But it shows he's going for it, though, doesn't it?
That's the right idea. You might as well. If the game plan's not working, you have to pick it up.
So, how many hours on court do the pros spend in terms of training a week?
So, I'd say 2 to 3 times a day, 6 days a week.
Okay, and how long is each time on court?
So, at the moment, I'm doing twice a day.
Okay.
Usually probably sometimes one gym session.
Okay. So you're doing 2 bits of physical activity. What, for sort of 2 or 3 hours at a time, or less than that, or?
I wouldn't really do that much over like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Twice one day, an hour and a half is good enough.
And the same with the gym?
With the gym, take about an hour and a half.
Oh, well run, Alex. That was unlucky. Really. Certainly not holding back, Alex, as you say. He's a complete. He always does, yeah. It's good to see. I mean, particularly at PSL.
Yeah, when you see, you know, your senior players, you know, going for it, finding hard, something paying off.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I mean, I love PSL. I think it's a fantastic thing. But I mean, there's always a question mark some people have that the pros necessarily don't always give 100% because they might have a tournament that's coming up, and obviously they're thinking about their career and.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, although it's helping their career, it's not the mainstay of what they do. I mean, but from a spectator point of view, I think it's a fantastic vehicle for squash.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which is live streaming now.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Hopefully, yeah, no, certainly. But I just think the whole way it's done, the fact it's a team playing rather than individual, I think it's a lot easier for people to, particularly who don't know the game. It's much easier sort of prospect to follow a team than necessarily an individual. And actually, through the teams, they can then get to know the individuals that play for those teams. You know, I mean, it was great. Good yeah. Again, that probably just shows the confidence that he's feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
2 ahead. He's still looking comfortable. Good note for club players. Move the feet.
Yeah, when it comes in the middle, like you see a club player will just stand still.
Yes.
Off their racket and end up tinning it, and it's an easy shot, so you can put it away. Whereas when you see these pros playing, straight away they've moved everything, they've moved in the right position, and then put that ball away. It looks so easy to do as well. It's actually hard to do.
Well, it's exertion, isn't it? That's probably why people don't do it. Obviously, I move my feet all the time. Clearly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it goes without saying. Yeah, okay, let's just stop that one there.
Oh, that's a
Coolhurst, wasn't it? Yeah, that was good to watch.
These sorts of shots come off when you got that sort of lead. You're so confident that you're just going to go for it.
Yeah. I mean, in one hand, I think, yes, we talked about the confidence and the lack of pressure in some ways on yourself. I mean, Alex is still trying to put some pressure on there. But I get the sense that he's feeling the pressure more than.
Well, Alex will be disappointed with this result. But sometimes you just got to put your hands on it. There's nothing this player just play better than you.
Yeah, no, totally, yeah.
It's a fine margin as well. Like that one person who's picking up that bit more than you, so he's that bit more.
Yeah, appreciated by Miles. Although again, that might be because he's winning. He's in a good position. He's feeling confident. I can get this back. I don't know, but that was a fantastic shot. We have a run. It's a run of 2. It's a run of 2 points. Come on, this would be a fantastic game to win. The crowd would go bonkers. Oh yes, well played. Sorry, got a bit overexcited there.
No let.
That was great. Well played, Alex. Is that a bit of complacency then from Miles? Just assuming that ball was going to come across. Oh, what's that? 5 points in a row? Referee mic, I don't know if you can hear that. I think the referee's dropped the mic.
6-10, match ball.
Celette.
Miles thought he won that match.
He did. He was looking around as he's about to walk off the court. That could be embarrassing, couldn't it, if you walked off court, no let. Good lob. Tight squeeze there, wasn't he? Oh, now getting quite nervous for him. Oh, good recovery.
Good retrieving here by Alex.
Oh, I thought he was there. Lucky. Good. Particularly the end, he gave a good account of himself. Yeah, but I mean, again, hopefully he's taken something away from that.
Yeah, no, he did have that great day today, but at least it's happened, for him, at least it's happened for PSL instead of PSA.
Yes, yeah.
Something to learn from, really. You want to look back in the screen and see, where things are better. That's a great thing about having a stream PSL. Worked hard and tried to get the win, not being successful. At least you got something to look back on.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's, I guess, does it help a lot, players watching themselves back?
Oh, yeah.
Do you kind of use that a lot as a coaching tool? Do you kind of watch sort of sessions back at all? Do coaches bring that into the game?
The technical, the tactical, everything. You can learn a lot from watching play.
Okay, so we're just going to fade out for a second and come back to you. So we're looking at Angus against Tim Vale. Quite an interesting clash. Looking forward to that. Different styles and different ages. We shall see. Fitness is going to come into this. He is. To be like what? So we're back, and it's Tim against Angus Gillams, and it's just me for the moment. I'm hoping that Alex, once he's out of his kit, will join us at some point. So you've got no expert opinion, it's just my 2 pennies worth of ramble. But I'm really intrigued by this. I saw Tim here last time playing against Joe Green in that match, and it was a cracker. Joe was actually, I think, 2-1 down and came back to win 3-2. And it was the pick of the matches for the evening for me. Angus is that little bit higher ranked. Obviously, about 65 is about 40 odd places higher than Joe. So you'd have to say probably he was the pre-match favourite if there was one. But even so, I think it's an interesting encounter. I mean, he's a lovely player to watch, Tim. I really like watching this man. He's got a fantastic swing for me. So it always looks so free and easy. Doesn't look pretty much effort at all. And maybe that's the key as to why he keeps playing for so long. I mean, all credit to the man. He's managed to maintain a really good level of squash, you know, for a man who's, shall we say, a little bit more senior, particularly on tonight's lineup. Quite a youthful side from both teams. But an interesting match anyway. So early exchanges, fairly even at the moment. Oh, out. It's an uncharacteristic lob out from Tim. Normally very good with the higher ball from what I've seen. And we've got that contrasting lefty that Angus always brings with his game, and obviously Tim, standard right-hander. So it'll be intriguing to see which side of the court we're mainly on. Tim is such a wise player, and again, I guess that's why he's staying at a good level for a long time, is because he's good at smart thinking on court and changing what he does during the game, which I was kind of talking to Joe about earlier. I mean, for me, it's I get on the court and it's I've probably got one game plan, and it's just get the ball back, and not really thinking about too many subtleties, hard, soft, long, short. It's I make it up as I go along. I suspect most players do at sort of club level. Oh, that's a great rally in. Tim slightly outsmarted there by Angus. Oh, what's there? What's happening? Oh.
Hand out. 6-2. You were free to play your own to get there and play the ball.
Angus not happy.
Minimal interference.
Minimal interference. I think I might use that next time I'm marking a team match. Oh, slightly loose there. Gone the wrong way. Took a gamble.
3-6.
So Tim has taken a bit of a lead here. Angus got to try and find a way back in. Trying to disguise drop, which is quite characteristic of what Tim does.
7-3.
7-3. It's quite a good lead. Shot from Angus. Lovely, lovely volley drop.
4-7.
And on his backhand. Tim putting it on to Angus's backhand. And I'm guessing he's probably going to try and do a little bit more of that throughout the game, potentially. I'm guessing. Oh, nicely disguised. Good exchange at the front. Tim is in a sort of, for me, he looks like a wizard at the front at times. He's one of those players who seems to be able to put the ball anywhere he wants to at times. So Angus is clawing his way back in. At the moment, obviously, if you're watching this, you won't know the other score, but I say, Coolhurst lost. Showing my bias there. Coolhurst lost the other tie, 3-love as well. Katie unfortunately lost to Jez. So Coolhurst are actually 2 matches down. So it's a must-win match here for Angus if we're to get any points and maybe even get the win. Again, Angus not terribly happy with that decision. But when is a player happy with a decision? Tight drop, squeezed nicely up against the side there.
9-5.
Seems to be playing well, doesn't seem to be showing any kind of fatigue here, Tim. Not that he should be at this stage of the match, but looking for any early kind of signs of it. Angus still looking very fresh.
Down. Okay, we weren't sure, would have called it if I was sure.
Ooh.
And out, 6-9.
6-9.
7-9.
Angus is calling back. Of course, Tim now only one away from that all-important game ball. Of course, with par scoring, it's even more important than it was with the English serve. Oh, having a bit of a dance in the pool.
Left side, 7-9.
So yeah, it's more important getting that one away. And when you were at the old score at 8 something, there's still a chance if you lost if your opponent won. The serve wasn't quite as critical. But now there we are. We're at the critical point. 10 game ball. He's got to win the next 3 straight points. So that's the first of them. Can he do the other 2? Crisp volley there from Tim, almost caught. There you go. He's lost it. Angus. Angus down. Oh, there's Joe, who was hidden here with me earlier, having a quick chat with Angus there. Giving him some feedback. Along goes Sean, Mr. Wipey, as he's known around here. Doing an excellent job there on court. Turns up every match without fail. It's typical of the nature of squash. So many people that give so many hours for very little thanks often. But one hopes that, you know, if there is more sponsorship, and squash certainly seems to be, in terms of England squash numbers now, has certainly plateaued out and seems to be on the small increase. And with the rise of interest in the US and certain parts of Europe, who knows, there may be more money slowly coming into the game. Of course, very difficult, like most other sports, to compete against the big one, football. So it's tough to get that sponsorship.
15 seconds.
So getting desperate times here. Coolhurst are 2 love down with in matches and 1 love down here, so not boding very well for our opening game. I was very bullish at the start and was expecting us to, or hoping that we'd win this one. So anyway, so we're starting 1-0 down, but I'm sure Angus can come back. Well, cracked that one. And again. A little bit wild, that last one. Ironically with the least power. Oh, lucky there. Go for that shorter drop. Sort of kill length, as it were, I guess. Slightly fortuitous there from Angus. But he's off the mark and he's got a lead. Well, chose the wrong side there. A bit wayward. Angus on the ropes a little bit here. And then when, you know, Tim is in full flight at the front, he's difficult to beat. Such a master of kind of controlling the game there. Guessing Angus just needing a little bit more consistency there, trying to attack. Whoops. Glance at each other. Did that really happen? Yes, it did. And I guess like any club player, a point's a point. Doesn't matter who you are, what number you are in the world. Ooh, that was a bit careless there, I have to say. Had the court, probably chose the wrong side, and actually was a bit careless, I think, in the stroke. I think he sort of knew that. Self-punishment. I mean, that's the thing about probably all squash players universally go through, is that sort of self-flagellation when you make an error, often involving the tin. I don't like that one. And a look to the heavens, and oh my goodness, did I actually play that? Of course, it seems a good idea at the time, because you think you had to be popping in a fantastic drop. But I guess, I suppose it's just lack of concentration for all of us. And that's probably overconfidence, maybe, I don't know. Oh, and actually, Alex has whizzed into the shower and has now joined me. So I'm going to just hand him the headphones and then fade him up. So Alex, thanks for joining me. Well, so at the moment Angus is 1-0 down. He lost that 11-8. And I'm not quite sure what the score is here. I'd love to tell you, but I can't. I was just kind of really waxing lyrical about. I'm quite a big fan of Tim. He is, isn't he? I mean, he's so great at the front, and you just don't quite know what he's going to play sometimes.
Very deceptive, very controlling.
Oh, rare mistake there.
Commentator's curse.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, you need to leave now. That was it. That's you done. Yeah, no, but he I mean, typically at the front. I mean, we had a couple of rallies back a little while in this match, where he's at the front, and it's Angus is really struggling to sort of stay with the ball because you don't quite know where it's going. I mean, what would you be trying to do if you were playing Tim?
Well, probably what I should have done against Miles, really, but keep it off the volley and keep him doing the work as much as you can, instead of letting him sit on the tee and control you, because that's where he's extremely dangerous. So
would you kind of float the ball up a lot, or
just vary the height? I mean, either go high and wide or low and wide, and just try and keep, if you're going cross court, keep it off his volley. If you're not, just try and keep everything straight. That's a great shot.
That was a great shot, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's actually played most of his great stuff on the backhand for this match. Ooh, Tim almost picked one up there.
going to be a struggle.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was a great shot from Tim to force that error.
Well worked, experienced stroke there.
Yeah, yes, yeah, kind of knew what was coming. Yeah, Angus has not been happy with all the decisions, I have to say, today.
I don't think anyone's ever happy with
No, they're not really, and just, you know, I made that comment earlier, I think. I mean, how honest are players generally on the tour?
I think they're pretty honest. I mean, obviously it varies from who you're talking about, but I'd like to think that most players are fairly honest. I mean, they don't give anything away. If there's anything there to be taken, I'm sure they'll take it. But if they've played a clear, you know, mistake, or if they've hit the ball out, or it's double bounce, then I'd like to think most people would hold their hand up and say so. Definitely in England, anyway.
Says the man in Spain. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's just the same in any walk of life. As, you know, same at sort of club level. I mean, there are definitely players that you probably know that that was great. Just made room, didn't he? Got the feet round. Just gave himself so much room and time there.
He takes the lead and he deserves to with that.
Yeah, no, I was just saying it's, you know, there are players that I know of who aren't necessarily the straightest on court. 8-6, so he's pulled a 2-point advantage now. Yeah, so
he's so difficult to play. He's extremely deceptive, but he's also surprisingly fast onto the ball.
Yeah, no, his anticipation
really
is.
Straight to Chichester.
Again, a well-controlled rally there.
9-6. Oh yeah, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. I'm trying not to be partisan. I can't help it. Yeah, we're sort of 2-love down now in matches. Oh, it's in trouble.
Way to go.
10-6. This is for 2-0. Come on, Angus. Totally unbiased, obviously. I'm really speaking from the we want as long a match as possible, from the spectator's point of view. Oh dear.
Ambitious there from Angus.
We are in trouble. Gosh.
Tim's coached me for many years prior to my move to Spain, and I just wish I'd picked up a few more of his tricky shots and winners. But
We're just going to fade down a second, Alex, because we've just got a quick technical to do.
Seconds. Time.
So we're back. Mr. Wipey has left the court. And Tim is serving from a healthy lead of 2-0. Can Angus get it back? What do you think, Alex?
I hope so. I mean, as a Coolhurst player, I hope he can. we'll see.
I was saying earlier when you weren't here, the last time Tim was here was last season, and he played Joe. And I'm pretty sure Joe was 2-1 down. And, he played really well and came back to win 3-2. So maybe Angus can do the same.
Yeah, I mean, historically Tim's always been a good starter. We'll have to wait and see how this game plans out. He'll be really hoping to get Angus off for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's probably the game plan, isn't it, at the beginning? So what's that, 1? Is that 2 now? It's 1, it's 1. Oop, down the middle. To put it away, surprised. Oh, what a grab, that's great. Well played, Angus. I thought you was in real trouble there.
Yeah, it just shows at this level there's 1 weak shot from Tim, and then it's Angus with the winner.
Oh.
We'll be happy with that one, Tim. Bit of a gimme.
Yeah, I was saying before about you know, I guess it doesn't really matter whether you're number 1 or number 30,000 in the world. It's those drops. I guess everyone looks skyward at those moments. It seemed like a good idea at the time. So I was talking to Joe earlier about, you know, we were talking about length in your game and trying to get it past Miles. Lost someone has smacked the camera. Unfortunately, we seem to have got a funny focus. Somebody, unfortunately, in the audience has hit the camera. So we're going to be just looking for 2 of them at the moment. Sorry about that, viewers. Unfortunately, that's a problem here at Coolhurst. The cameras are in amongst the crowd. We don't have many opportunities to sit away from them. It's quite small and close space. Unfortunately, it's not that camera. So anyway, 3-all. Angus doing the business at the moment. Sorry, I was just, before that sort of interruption, I was just saying about training and how you kind of, what do you do to kind of train on length and keep it sort of real, keep it like it's a game? What sort of exercises do you sort of get involved in when you're training?
Where I'm training, we do a lot of length-based, where you can play either side, but you play in the back, and then anything second bounce into the back of the court is valid, and anything short of that is the opponent's point. So it's really tries to, I mean, I didn't do it today, but really trying to sort of hone a good length and a good width, and then that'll hopefully give you opportunities taking the ball in short. But that's the basis of that. We do a good 20 minutes of that almost every day.
Okay, and how often do you train? Joe says he tends to do 2 bits of training a day, whether that's called gym work.
Yeah, I train twice a day, and every morning on court and every afternoon in the gym.
And how long do you sort of do that for?
Well, on court practice is normally 90 minutes to 2 hours, and in the gym for about similar sort of time, a bit less, normally an hour to an hour and a half.
Great shot there from Angus.
He's playing better.
4-6. He's still a little way behind. Okay, so that's a fairly consistent. Is that 7 days a week? Oh,
6.
Great shot. 6 days a week. So you allow yourself
7 days for rest.
Okay, so you do rest. Okay, well, we got the camera back. There we go.
I mean, Tim's so tricky. I mean, you're watching the game and you're thinking Angus is right stuck into it and playing much better, but he still has that cushion lead from just a couple of extra winners that he's got in his locker.
Oh dear.
8-4.
8-4. Angus is in trouble.
We are.
We are in trouble. It's not looking good. Coolhurst could be going down here.
And out. 5-8.
Angus doing it. He does that quite a bit, talking to himself quite a lot, doesn't he? Yeah, he's not crazy, people. He's coaching himself.
Yes, leg. Yes, leg.
Oh, do you think Tim was looking for
Yeah,
more?
I think he definitely was looking for more, but I think that's close.
I thought you could have played that one, yeah.
It was loose, but it wasn't too loose for straight.
No, I don't think there's enough down there. It's real shot. Under pressure. It's a great volley out, though, isn't it? It's a lovely, lovely lob. volley, sorry, lovely lob out.
Well,
Oh, good reaction. Lovely reaction.
it's a clever rally from Angus.
He's worked that well, hasn't he? And a lovely finish.
He's still in it.
He is. Let's hope he's saying that in 5 minutes. So you've kind of moved out to Spain. Was that a good move for you?
Well, I hope so. Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it out there. I'm really enjoying it. Great group of guys to train with, great coach.
Because you're with Ika, you were telling me earlier. Yeah.
Ika, Bernat, Edmond, Tess, Nico, all these other pros. It's a really good group of guys. The coach, Victor, he's a great guy also, a great coach.
It's a nice rally, this one. Ooh.
Very ambitious play.
It was, wasn't it? A bit more discipline possibly needed there. So what's the health of Spanish squash?
What's the health?
Yeah, is it in good health, the Spanish squash?
At the moment, it's amazing. We've got a really solid team. And they'll be doing well in the Europeans and hopefully the World's coming up. Wish them luck.
10-7.
Match ball. We're in trouble.
We are.
Needs to win.
Not much to say. We are.
Oh, well played, Angus. Outfoxed the fox. Difficult to do.
Tim's very experienced. He is a very good player, Angus. Yeah, it's not over yet. I've seen him come back in these sorts of situations before.
Let's hope this is one of those. It's all over. We've lost the match. Can we retrieve any points? Okay, we'll just sort of fade it down for a second. We'll be back with the following match, the last match on this court, which is Joe Green against Kyle Finch. back with the match, and can Coolhurst get on the scoreboard? How do you see this one going, Alex?
I think it's going to be close either way, but I reckon Joe is going to take it in 5.
Yeah, that's what I would predict, actually.
So get your drink, Joe.
Yes, it's going to be a long.
It's going to be a long one, I think.
I mean, he's a pretty physical player, Joe.
Yeah, he's incredibly impressive. Physically, he's very fit, very strong. And he can play at this pace for hours. Kyle's got the, he's probably got the slightly more developed frontal game.
Yes.
With some good shots, and some good holds, and some good flicks. But it's quite a good matchup today, really. We've got the physicality against the slightly more skill-based players. So always an interesting matchup.
Yeah, I'm not sure Kyle is far enough away from Joe to, mind you, it doesn't take much if you're talking about the skill. Squash can be like that, can't it? It's a tiny few nuances, and actually you can end up getting drop 3 love.
Yeah.
And think what happened there.
Yeah, I mean, at this level, it's all about who plays well on the day.
Yeah.
Who gets a bit of luck.
Head out. 1-all.
1-all. So I think it's going to be more of the same. It's going to be point by point, isn't it? I don't think anyone's going to get a commanding lead at any stage. Obviously, probably going to be proved wrong in the next 30 seconds, but...
I think that's a sensible prediction.
Already, it's nice to watch. It's good control, yeah.
2-1.
Do you know how old Kyle is?
How old he is?
Yeah.
I think he's still 18.
18, okay.
And out.
I wouldn't put any money on him, but I think he's
2-all.
So,
still under 19.
junior man.
We've just come back down to Southampton from his base up in Manchester with England Squash, and now he's working again with Tim Bear.
Oh, okay, okay. So does Tim work with many kind of young pros?
Yeah, I mean, he coaches Kyle, and he coaches Tom Walsh, who's also playing tonight.
Yeah, Tom, yeah.
Amongst other very good juniors, Adam Corcoran, etc. But a little while ago, he had a whole group of pro players down there as well. But they've recently, most of them moved over to the States to start coaching.
Right.
Ollie Penn, for example.
Oh, Ollie, yes,
was one of Tim's, and he was very, very talented. He was a great player, but he's over coaching in the States now.
That's good.
Head out. 3-all.
3-all. As you say, we're probably in for a long one. The kitchen staff getting nervous about do they get the food out now? And I was saying, no, hold it back. I suspect it's going to be a long game. Yeah, just in case people are unaware, it's traditional, just like normal team matches, club level. There's food straight after. Both teams come into the bar and have a chat and a few drinks and let their hair down. And very nice thing about squash is, it doesn't matter what sort of level people are. It could be Nick Matthew in there, or somebody like Tom down at 365 odd. They're all generally, most squash players are very happy to talk to the people in the bar, and then there doesn't tend to be too many airs and graces between the players, I've noticed. I mean,
I'm just hoping some of the other players talk to me tonight.
Well, yes, there is that. Yes, I mean, your girlfriend was saying, Billy no mates, but I thought that was just a rumour. But it's good to get that confirmation. No, I'm sure that's not true. Yeah, no, it is. It's lovely to see, people able to talk to the pros in the bar afterwards, and generally, you know, they're very happy to give their time and talk to people, and not just about squash.
Joe seems to have taken that 3-point lead that we
Yes,
weren't
yeah, expecting.
but
Yeah, no, he has. I was sort of rambling on there, and he's got on with the business. It is. Oh, that was a good shot though.
And out.
Kyle.
And that's the thing with the well-developed skill-based players, is that even if there is a 3-point lead, they can close that gap quite quickly with a few shots. And maybe one mistake from your opponent, all of a sudden you've got that 3-point lead back.
Well, it's, you know, I mean, it's, again, you know, squash is that, it's such a psychological game. You know, I'm a fair weather tennis player, but I just don't think, to me, tennis just, obviously very biased, just doesn't seem to have quite that attritional physical demand, as well as the sort of mental demand coupled together all the time.
I think it does at the very, very top of the game, obviously. It's hugely physically demanding and mentally taxing, but I would say at the
well, it's
at
a
the lower
different,
ends,
it's a different
it's a different game,
physicality, because it's all about the sort of, about you hitting the ball rather than necessarily getting the ball back. There's more emphasis on that sort of the shot from you and the kind of physicality it takes out of your body, and it clearly does in tennis. Whereas the physicality is all about the running in squash, isn't it? It's that constant punishment. Whereas tennis is a bit more measured, because a lot of the time it's in your control, isn't it? It's,
yeah, you do have more time in tennis to sort of process things, towel down, think about it. But squash is sometimes over before you know it.
Yeah.
It's so fast. But
you've been watching me. Yes, I'm often at the receiving end of that one. Oh. Good lift.
Nice long drawn out rally where
Yeah.
play into Joe's hand a bit.
Oh.
That's well played.
Unlucky there from Kyle, but then, you know.
7-all.
7-all.
7-all, big point.
See a little bit of good reach there from Joe, isn't it? Oh, let.
Yes, let. 7-all. Right side.
So I'm guessing probably that neither of them are going to go for it in this rally.
Might be another long one.
Attritional. That's coming up. Don't want to make a mistake. Well, that was quite attacking there. Oh.
This time that one.
Yeah, completely.
8-7.
It was like looking in the mirror.
Me or you?
No, me. You weren't that bad. No, you weren't bad at all. Did you find it quite tough to kind of get some length going there? Certainly the opening part of the game, it seems to be a little bit harder for you to get him off the tee. And
yeah, that's good play.
it was great play from Kyle, actually, wasn't it?
Step the pace up well. But I mean, in my match, it was fair play to Miles. I mean, he did play really well.
Yeah, he was following very well.
Any errors, and he played a really good game against me. But yeah, something was missing from my game today. I don't particularly know why. I have to watch it back, but be back soon enough, and hopefully with a different result.
Yeah, well, of course there is the return fixture. Not quite sure what the teams are yet, but
not quite sure I'm going to get picked, but we'll
yeah. Well, you know, I'm open to a bribe or two. No, just joking. I shouldn't say things like that. We had a very contentious general meeting recently. I don't want to be accused of stealing and manipulating the club.
This is a good round.
It is. At 8-all, you'd kind of expect. Oh, great, Joe, yeah. A bit surprised, did I detect in your voice there?
Well, I mean, he's playing. I was with him with both of them actually a little while ago at PSA, and Joe's definitely playing better tonight, but that's great to see.
I guess as you say, he plays well on the night.
Exactly.
No one seems to be varying the pace hugely.
No. It seems that Kyle's taking him short quite a lot, but not necessarily with that high quality in short, and Joe's just getting onto it and running a ball in tight at the front. And that's where he's getting points.
Exactly.
Like
Good commentary. The man's a guru, a prophet. Just need to take that to your game now, you know, just prophesize every shot your opponent makes.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it would be great, wouldn't it? Oh, well done, Joe. There's the first game. Great. First game on this court to Coolhurst, in fact, of the evening. It'd be interesting to, don't know if we can maybe try and find out how the other match has gone on with Angus and Tom. Don't know. Yeah.
Can we do that?
Okay, would you
Do
be
we
able
have
to?
the tech?
Would you be able to use that high tech, those shoes of yours, to run out there and find out? Yes. Would you mind? I'm going to fade you down. So Alex is just going to quickly run off and find us that score. So we can keep you posted as to where we are. Coolhurst have actually lost the match already, having lost 3 matches on this court. But it'd be good to see if we got some points on the board. Keep us in the hunt as the season goes. It's early days, still another 9 matches to go. Sorry, no, still another 7 matches to go. Getting carried away there. It's 4 each half of the season. Well, could be. If we make the semis, could be 9, and then 10 for the final. Optimistically speaking, possibly at this stage, but we live in hope, and it is still early. And I seem to remember last year we didn't start very well, but still managed to finish just outside the semi-final position, third position. So still all to play for. It is, as I say, only that opening match. RAC is our next game away on the 24th. Expecting the size to be quite strong for that. No tournaments kind of in the way. So one would hope we'd get some higher ranked matchups. So Alex is back, and do we have the scores on the doors?
It was 3-1 for Coolhurst.
Awesome. That's good. So we've now got 4 points. That's good. 4 points. So three love from Joe would be perfect. That would give us 6. And well, the thing is, we would keep them down to not a runaway victory. That's kind of what you want, really. Well played. What's he going to get?
Yes, left.
Wow, referee's getting applause. It's nice to see. Difficult job, really. I mean, well, everyone kind of makes this comment. It's a thankless task to do. It's a shame that more ex-pros don't actually do it, but I guess there's no money in it, really. I mean, there's very little money in it. So I'm guessing it's not, career-wise, it's not a great choice. I've been a pro player, let's go and be a ref.
It's just, I think, hit the nail on the head, really. It's just a difficult job that no one really wants to do, so thank you to everyone that does do it, I guess.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's, if you do play team squash at club level, I mean, you have to put a stint in marking. And again, it's the same thing, everyone's very critical of somebody else's marking. So even when you are there and you know what it's like, because you have to do a stint yourself, you're still pretty hard on those doing it, marking your game. So I don't know what the answer is. Anyway, let's move on from that conversation. There's no point. This is quite tight sort of stuff, really.
Stroke to Coolhurst.
Ooh.
Coolhurst, and out.
Well, well done for Joe for actually throwing in there, because with that miss hit, I thought that was it, actually. In my initial gut reaction when he hit it. Oh, good retrieve. Kind of sucked him in a little bit, held it there.
He's making Joe do quite a lot of work in this beginning of this game.
Open exchanges, yeah.
Joe does love to work hard. So
he does. I don't think he feels he's had a game unless he's run at least 4 or 5 miles every game. I've seen the man running around when he's just getting the ball back. He's bouncing it to serve. I think I just jog up and down the court.
4-2.
And actually, I've very rarely seen him look really absolutely shattered. Even when he's had a hard five-setter, he still looks reasonably. Okay, he's panting and there's sweat off him, but he doesn't look like he's dead on his knees.
He's got his off-court training very well looked after by Gary Nesbitt.
Yo, Gary, yes, yeah, coaches my children, or has coached my children.
Yeah, no, he's.
In fact, I used to play Gary.
Really?
Yes. Played him in the Essex League several times, matches.
He's a really good trainer, and I think Joe works very hard with him.
Yeah, no, he's actually coached my other half as well. Down at Sobel in Holloway. London. Great. God, that came from nowhere. I didn't expect that at all, did that? It was disguised and looked.
A lot of side wall involved.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Carl knew exactly where that was going.
Oh, you think? Oh, okay, okay.
But take it.
Yeah, no, he's looking. Yeah, I know. I knew that. I knew what was going. Yeah, totally fine. Yeah. Oh, he's got a bit of a smile there. Yeah. I suspect you're right. He bounces the ball confidently. But yeah, he's certainly when even with the normal coaching, he's quite keen on the physicality, Gary.
Which is important in squash.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a physically demanding game. And it's sad to see, Nick Matthew, in one respect, retiring, announcing his retirement.
Yeah, I think it's good that it's on his terms.
Well, that was an old man shot if I ever saw one.
Club afternoon.
Yeah, certainly I've seen that in lots of my vets matches.
Yeah, I think Nick's obviously done everything he possibly can in the sport.
Yeah.
Will hopefully go out with the last sort of very good season behind him. Get some good wins instead. And I think we probably will see him win a couple of good matches this season.
Yeah, well, hopefully he'll win a couple, a big tournament. It'd be great to see. Win one of the top World Series. World champs in Manchester. That would be a fantastic finish, wouldn't it? Really,
Yeah,
sort of dream. The dream.
God, this is crazy.
Whoa.
Still going on.
Oh, mishit. Oh, what a rally. And that's really nice, Carl, applauding that effort there from Joe.
Joe's plays very, very cleverly. Kyle's taking the ball in from all angles to the front of the court, and Joe's just playing a very simple, tight drop shot, counter drop shot.
Yeah.
And it's causing Kyle a lot of problems.
Yeah, I mean, he's not trying to do too much with the ball, is he, Joe? He's just keeping it consistent and consistent pressure. So like that, Carl's looking to kind of get the winner, isn't he?
Yeah. Joe's using speed to get it.
Ooh.
8-4.
8-4.
Not sure Joe would have.
Got to that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think he was happy to see that ball hit.
Yeah, I think he was. I think very much so. And we've all been there. It's when you bounce back trying to look fresh. No, I could have got it. Again, quite ambitious sort of drop there. Do you think he's just getting a bit desperate, maybe? I don't know. Down the middle, always good, but that's good recovery though. Great recovery, comes back behind him, still had control in the racket head.
Yeah, I think it is difficult playing Joe when he's playing as well as this, because it's almost everything you throw at him, and he's dealing with it so well. It's hard to come back with anything more to do, really. So
Yeah.
you can sense a little bit of frustration from Kyle.
It's really lifting the ball well, isn't he, when he's in trouble, Joe. He's still there. Went for it. Ooh.
And that's what he's got to do to win the rallies. It's a lot. He played 2 or 3 consecutively really tight, good length drives, and then cross-court nick.
Yeah.
Fair enough, you've got 1 point, but
yeah.
still 2 points down.
I guess it's just that pulling your opponent just a little bit away each time to then be able to come up with a drop across, sort of further and further out of position. Again, I talk a good game. Ooh. That's a bit harsh myself, but there you go.
Yeah, I think Joe's drop shot stayed very short, very tight. I think Kyle got through decently. He didn't fancy playing it because it was such a good shot. But
I think it was a bit of, yeah, I think it's a 50-50 from here. Certainly this angle, it could have gone either way, really. Not sure it was terrible to get up. I mean, that sometimes, I guess, is quite frustrating for pros, is you know, it was good. When maybe shots are 50-50. So great. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention there enough, because it's. I think he's broken his right. Oh, I thought it was game. I thought it was game there for a second. But, so it's difficult, isn't it, when you're kind of having to come off court when you're in the flow, and then come back on and keep the flow going. Do you find it tough? I mean, you know, I imagine it must be.
Just you get used to it, really. I mean, it is interesting. It'd be interesting to see if we had the stats of how many times you break a racket or a string and come on and lose the next rally.
Yeah.
The next rally.
Yeah.
It's definitely a factor. In terms of concentration, it's like with anything. You see it all the time when someone comes off and has a bit of a word with the referee that goes on for a little bit longer than maybe it should do, and then they go back to return the serve or serve again, and then they lose the rally really quickly because they've just lost their focus.
So yeah.
But it's,
and do you think it maybe goes the other way? I mean, some players try and use that potentially.
The quick rally, he's probably just lost his focus a little bit, but I'm sure it goes both ways depending on the players. But Joe probably wouldn't have hit that both sides in if he hadn't had that.
Jacob, yeah. Cracking drive, right, hit the nick. Was that a roller?
Yeah, it was a bit fortunate, but it was the original hold which made Joe go slightly the wrong way, and then I think if he hadn't have held it, Joe could have got it before the sidewall, stopping it from rolling out, but a bit fortunate.
Oh, it's a good shot. Good pick up then. Sense Kyle is a bit more on the attack side.
I think he has to as well against Joe, because the more attrition he plays, the more it's going to fall into Joe's hands. He's got to try and mix him up a little bit by going short a lot, just picking the moments.
Lift there. All went for Nick again. Charles Sharp shot.
It's a better shot. Yeah.
Well, I only say Charles does like going for that cross court.
He hits it well.
He does, he does. Doesn't always come off. But he's more so than not.
What do you think now?
I don't think so. I wouldn't have said yes. I think he was slowing down, slightly knackered. Didn't, you know, that was a bit of a clublet really, wasn't it? Because you know, weren't putting your full effort in.
Yeah, it's almost like he got through and then
stopped.
Fancy it.
That's right. So, again, easy to say from here. Oh, well, good pick up. Yeah. Under the cosh here a bit.
There's been a bit of a switch of play, and Carl starting to go short with much more quality and also play in the back when he's under pressure, which is forcing Joe to then play short, and then Carl's getting onto it and countering well. It's been a bit of a momentum shift.
Since the racket incident, in fact.
Also, once you get that game ball, sometimes it's easy to force it a bit.
Yes.
You can't finish the game when it's not quite on.
Yeah. It's good, solid, didn't do anything to...
Yeah, you can take a sigh of relief after getting, was it 8-4 up? And
yeah, it was kind of, worryingly looking like he might pull that back there. From a Coolhurst perspective, obviously as a neutral, I couldn't possibly comment. No, it's good, 2-love. I have to say the matches haven't really kind of worked out as I expected them to in the evening. I think with the exception of Onjay's, I thought it was going to be a 3-love, 3-1, and that did turn out to be. You know, as we said here, I mean, it could still be a 3-2, but at the moment, I'm not so sure, because we're sort of playing into Joe's strengths here in a way, aren't we? Because we're now it's going to have to be a long match, which kind of plays towards Joe's game.
Yeah.
So
I think from what we've seen in this match alone, it's been fairly...
Sorry, we're just being hailed by Onjay. Hold on one second. Just had to break the sad news there to Onjay. He thought actually Angus won. So he was whooping apparently in the car park and going crazy there because we thought, you know, Joe, and it's in the bag, but unfortunately no.
I've lost my train of thought. Oh well.
Oh well.
It's probably nonsense.
Yeah, no, we were just saying about the, you know, playing into Joe's strengths, the fact that none of the matches have actually gone the way we thought they would.
Yes.
You know, without no disrespect, I did kind of think you might lose that match today. I thought
Thanks,
possibly.
No.
I mean, yeah. Well, you know, would you rather I lied? You know, yeah.
No,
I know. I thought it was going to be an even match. I thought it was going to be a 3-2er, and I thought he may just get it.
Yeah, I did think I was going to get stuck in. But
You know, I mean, it's just the way, you know, as you say, you have a good day, bad day. I thought he played particularly well. He did volley the ball really well, actually.
he did very well.
Oh, he did. I mean, he was taking it whenever he could early, and as you said, actually, Joe and I were sort of counting the first mistake he made on, you know, sort of error was in the second game, and he tinned it, and then it was a while before he tinned it again.
It's unfair when they do that, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I mean, he didn't, you know, I mean, you kind of just expect a percentage of errors, wouldn't you? But
would have helped.
He would have. This would have helped. Yes, right. Yeah.
But this is definitely looking like a Joe 3-love.
It could well be. Yeah.
If the third plays out as the first two have anyway. Kyle needs to change the tactics a little bit, shake it up. Do something like that.
That was
That was a great shot.
from nowhere, really. Yeah, that was well played.
Very textbook rally there.
Yeah.
And out. 1, 2.
That was well played from Joe. Squeezed nicely. A bit patience. That's another thing really that separates professional players is the kind of patience aspect. You know, the fact that there is a sort of slightly bigger game plan, and I'm going to hang in on them for the duration, whereas club players are 2 or 3 shots and they're often then looking for a winner.
Yeah, I think that comes with a good physical preparation as well. It can really sort of play 20, 30 shots into the back before even getting the opportunity to go short. Not this match though. This has been quite an open match, but some matches I've seen recently have been very much like that, long and like length based. Kyle doesn't like to play like that.
Play, that was lovely, wasn't it? Rolled it in, across the wrist. Joe is picking the ball up really well. I mean, I guess psychologically he must get to a player like Carl if he just keeps picking that ball up.
It does.
Just start questioning. He's asking the questions of Carl, really, isn't he? You just then start thinking, God, am I ever going to get this ball down?
And a rally like that, which Joe won with a great length, is worth just as much as Kyle's, backhand flick with the wrist.
Yeah, that's right. Intricate
winner,
play.
so
Yeah.
When you're winning rallies quite easily, and even at the back of the court, it's really good mentally, because then you start pushing your opponent to do something silly with the ball, or go for a flash nick or hold that they end up messing up or hitting straight back at themselves.
Yeah, because they're pushing it, aren't they? They're over egging the pudding, as it were. That's not really a kind of squash metaphor, is it? Puddings on court.
Good shot.
Ball was good. Ball was good, yes.
Yeah, I thought that was all right.
Yeah, no, it looked fine.
5, 3. 5,
Little comment there.
From the right.
Good, glad we established that. Ooh, not sure I would have given.
Very tight.
Yeah.
I would not wanted to hit that either if I was Carl.
Yeah. Let's just call the lead. Yes.
Round out. 4, 5.
Sorry, we just talking about cameras there. Just trying a whole range of new cameras this evening. So we've had a few teething problems, I have to say. I'm sure I should admit that, but you've got to keep trying stuff. I mean, we kind of, from the stream point of view, we use this PSL to sort of experiment with things.
You took the wrong line.
He's not happy here, is he?
Yeah, it's a tough decision, really. I mean, I thought that could have been a net, but it's hard to see how good the short shots are really from here, but looked a bit harsh.
5-all.
Locked in at 5-all.
I think they've been relatively consistent refereeing. Which is surely wrong, really, isn't it? It's the same decision for both.
I'm really disappointed with that, Carl.
Yeah, that was. Didn't look
He got
that
there.
tough.
He got there with a bit of time. And
yeah, it didn't look very tough, did it? Just maybe again trying to overdo it.
Yeah.
Push it. Feeling that pressure. Ooh.
And out.
Again, a bit fortunate, but
Another roller.
6-all.
Joe's looking really comfortable at the front, isn't he?
he's playing very, very good drops, very tight, and they're
He's
causing
looking-
a lot of trouble for
Body language, he looks really relaxed, not forced or anything. He always always say, I mean, in sport, confidence is the big thing, really. Isn't it?
Yeah, especially at a high level where everyone
Everyone's
can
got the
play.
ability, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. It's that belief in ability, I guess. It's a metaphor for life, I guess.
We're going deep on.
We are going to, yes. I'm going to start quoting Nietzsche.
Once the ball is out, just take the bottom of the line. Mr. Green, thank you.
All the luck going against Joe at this part of the
Not
match.
really, yeah. Well, I'd say he's had a huge amount of luck throughout the whole game, actually, the whole match. I'd say Carl has had a tiny bit more rub of the green. Just going to Joe and have a look at him.
7-6.
Didn't fool Joe there. Oh, great cross. Steady control. Carl tried to say full, didn't he? Quite.
You know Joe's reading it well when he starts reading the trickle boast.
Yeah.
I train with him a lot, and sometimes if I'm in a bit of trouble at the front, I can chuck in a trickle boast. He doesn't always read it, but he read that one well.
Have you let him in on that secret?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Hopefully he doesn't watch this back.
Yeah, quite. Just going to say, spoil the game plan, possibly. Spoiler alert. Good width on there.
It's great squash. Really good squash.
Carl's very appreciative.
8-all.
There's not much you can do when someone plays a rally like that.
I was going to say he's one of the best audience members. Straight in there with the applause.
Oh. A shot like that has to be perfect.
Yeah, but he's hit some. He has hit.
But it was.
2 or 3 really cracking shots like that.
No, Joe was standing there and it just rolled over his shoes.
Yeah, gave them a quick dust off. It's good to see we've got more crowd in now. Certainly when we first started, we were only about 20 people in the audience. But we're up to sort of 50, which is good.
I think it was after my match finished, they started
They came
piling
in, yeah. No, I wonder what that was about. About that no mates thing you were telling me earlier.
What do you think about that? That was
Nine,
it almost looked like it should have been a no-let or a stroke.
Yeah, it was the
But
kind of. Yeah.
Go with the down the middle.
9-8.
Well, I mean, if they're unsure, they have to play a let. I mean, that's in the rules, I believe.
Don't ask me about the rules.
Yeah, you just turn up and play. Yeah.
It's tight.
It's the first one he's been out, actually. Been lifting really well.
Carl's had him under quite a lot of pressure this second half of this game, and he's starting to show for it with his first game ball of the match.
Good drop. Particularly under the pressure.
9-10.
That's what he's been doing so well this match, just countering so well.
Bit of a giveaway there, throwing the ball.
Yeah, good body language for Joe. Oh, that's
Good rally. All kept in. Quite nervous. Again.
This is going to end in a winner or a tin.
Oh, there it is. I told you, you're a predictor. You're our guru.
Yeah, I felt that.
You've got to take that to the game now.
I know. Well played by Joe there.
You could go on court with a set of headphones and imagine you're commentating and
And
just.
then I'd play much better.
But you would. You'd just be all over it.
Shows true grit there from Joe, being 8-10 down.
need to come back. Yeah.
Come back to 10-all.
Particularly 2 love up, it would be quite easy to. I'll get the next one.
Yeah, third game syndrome where you just sit on the laurels a bit, but he's done well.
You gonna make it?
That's what
Man's a machine.
he got to at least 2 more shots there than I would have thought he would have done.
Yeah.
And just makes Kyle play that extra shot each time.
Again, he's asking the question, isn't he? So it's.
And that time he had something, but maybe not every time. That's what I say. Yeah, well done.
So is the 5-setter on?
That's the question. I'm not sure, but I think Kyle played a lot better in that game.
He did, yeah, particularly the latter part.
Particularly the second half, yeah.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he was slightly fortuitous a couple of times, but yeah, definitely went his way, and he did look more in control than not.
Yeah, yeah. Well, his quality was just higher, which made it harder for Joe to get onto the ball early and either play his tight drop shots at the front or hold it and hit it hard low cross court. And the pressure sort of switched places there. The pressure was more on Joe rather than Kyle, and he won the game for it. So fair enough, really. Hopefully Joe can turn it around as a Coolhurst player. I'm hoping.
Yes, yeah.
Joe
I mean, well, if I was neutral, I would probably say I suspect, Joe probably looks still favourite to win the match.
Yeah,
for all the reasons we were talking about earlier, the fact his type of game, and the fact he's playing really well, particularly at the front. He's produced 2 or 3 really cracking drop shots when he's been under the cosh. Kept his head, just played it reasonably tight and safe. Not trying to do anything too amazing, but keeping the pressure going. As you say, even that retrieving, keep asking those questions in those situations as well.
Yeah. Getting the extra ball back.
Yeah.
That was a quick 15 seconds. Is it 2 minutes in PSL or is it 90 seconds?
I think it's supposed to be 90 seconds, isn't it?
Oh. That explains my warning for turning up late to the course.
Oh, right.
I was running on a 2-minute.
So was that you ordering the pina colada at the bar? I saw, yeah.
That's interesting. See, I always thought it was 2 minutes.
I could be wrong. I should know this, actually, shouldn't I, as the manager of the team.
Oh, well, we go. We're just hearing it now from the referee, yeah. PSL rules are 90 seconds.
Yeah. I think on the 5th, it's extended to the 2 minutes.
There you go.
So, but I think all the others are 90. So, well, we'd be told.
Now I know for next time.
You do.
If I ever get picked again.
If you get picked again, yeah, that's right, yeah. Have a word with a few people, see if you can sway that decision. So, hopefully, from a manager's point of view, I'd really like Joe to win this one, so that just to get as few points as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. 3-2, 4-1. It's a big difference.
Well, also just in terms of games, I mean, because we didn't win any other. In the 3 we lost, they were all 3 lovers. So, we need to try and keep down Chichester's gains points as few as possible. Oh, that was a good retrieve. Telegraphed a little bit.
Yeah, too obvious for Carl there.
Yeah. Probably be better off just cross-courting that.
Well, considering his quality of cross courts has been so high.
Good, yeah.
You might want to start, especially at the start of the game, by just sticking with that, and then maybe towards the end of the game, putting in a few more drop shots once the legs are a bit heavier. That's a good shot.
That was a great shot. I guess Joe's probably feeling confident at the drop, isn't he? So he's probably thinking, well, actually, do you know what? I've won a few.
Yeah.
Why don't I, rather than go back to the trusty, reliable cross-court?
Yeah, that's true.
That's
a great shot. I won't do that.
1-3.
Hats off to Kyle. Knows when he's beaten. I think Joe Green just swapped shirts, isn't he? Cheeky. The sponsor's going to be all over.
Yes, there.
Is it not last season's Coolhurst shirt?
No, it's about 4 seasons ago. 3 of those sponsors we don't even know anymore.
Wow. Hopefully they'll restart their sponsorship again.
Yeah. One of them certainly we don't want back.
Okay, there is a story there. But
Oh, there
I
is.
don't know. Moving swiftly on.
Yes.
It's a good squeeze from Kyle.
It was, wasn't it?
4-2.
And that's the difference there. 4-2, two-point lead was the first 2 games that Joe was the one squeezing Kyle out with those tight points, and just racking up points without really looking like he was doing that much.
Yeah.
And it seems to have switched places there.
Oh, that's a good shot. Yeah.
5-2.
We're in trouble here now.
Good racket head speed there.
Oops. It's one of mine.
6-2.
No, I don't think you were that good. Got back well for that. It's quite, I suppose, Carl's lack of pace in a way, actually. He struggled for all 3 of those retrieves.
Yeah.
Felt he was doof, doof.
Good on Joe for hitting that last one as well,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
could have easily stopped
Stopped
and
it,
tried
tried
to fish for the stroke, but
Yeah.
left it not to chance and just put the ball down.
It's what you want to see. You want to see players going across, really.
Yeah.
You know, not from just a spectator point of view, but hopefully discourages people at a lower level to do the same.
Right.
4-6.
No, well, sorry, discourages them from trying to, play for a stroke, which there's nothing more galling that I find at my level. To start playing vets, and it's certainly a very key part of the game.
Right.
It's quite frustrating sometimes.
Stroke to Chichester. Stroke to Chichester. And
Not
out.
sure what Joe could really have done there,
7-4.
No, I
other than
think-
gone to the service box and
Yeah,
on the forehand
those-
court.
Those sorts of decisions are always more obvious from outside the court than inside the court, because sometimes you just don't realise how bad your shot was
Well,
or
that's
how
right.
much you were in their swing. Sometimes you think, oh, like, you could have played the ball, but then when you watch it back, you say, oh, well, yeah, I was right in his way.
Yeah.
8-4.
Yeah, every shot I
8-4
play
now.
is brilliant. Keep believing the dream.
This feels like a real sort of similar scenario to the second game, just the other way around. I mean, same scoreline, obviously, but just the way the game's played out. With Kyle sort of controlling most of it, and oh, he's giving him a stroke. My initial instinct was a let there.
Well, yeah, it did actually look like Carl was about to play the shot.
That's what he could have done as well.
Yeah, and then he sort of stopped.
9-4.
And that's always difficult, isn't it? If you see your opponent starting to play, it's how much of that shot do they get to?
Especially when Joe played the ball at the front, which was close to being a stroke, and then
10-4.
Kyle's picked up two points from 2 balls, which I think they could. First one was definitely a stroke, but second one maybe he could have hit the ball.
So we're looking like a 5-setter.
Yeah, I think
Prediction was wrong.
another good prediction.
From the beginning, yeah. Our prediction of the last game.
We'll start with our guns.
Yeah. Oh, foolish me. Well, I mean, that was a bit of a damp squib compared to the other 2 games. Or 3 games, sorry. I was right the first time. So, yeah.
I think going back to what you said about the confidence being such a big part of who comes out winning each game, because I feel like maybe Kyle's sort of confidence levels have risen throughout the match, and maybe Joe's have gone the other way a little bit, but he needs to try and regroup and get back to the way he was playing in the first 2.
Well, I think he was slightly adversely affected by the stroke decisions, psychologically. I could be wrong, but it just seemed to, the head did drop after that first stroke call. point you made that it was obvious to us, but maybe not at all. Maybe he really did think he was hard done by there. Because I would have said up until that point, I didn't think there was a huge amount between the two of them, really.
Joe needs to just sort of try and lengthen the rallies out and play the role of the sort of, elongate the rallies and make them long and hard, because he is winning the longer rallies, and then as soon as the rallies become shorter, it seems that Kyle gets 2 or 3 points very, very quickly. And then he's under a lot of pressure. But if he just makes, as he did the first 5 minutes of that last game, make it really long and hard and end up at sort of around 4 all, to then Kyle sort of picked up and hit a few more winners and shortened the rallies, which he really enjoyed. But hopefully we can change that round. But the momentum's definitely with Kyle at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm still optimistic. I mean, if Joe, gets the head back together and plays as he did in the first 2.
Me too. I think Joe will win it in 5.
Okay.
Another prediction.
You hear it? Well, that's in the bag. People, you can go home. Turn off. No, I obviously I still think from a semi-neutral point of view, I think still it does favour Joe going to 5. But we shall see. Its open exchanges are going to be interesting and probably very important. As I suspect, if they do stay together in scores, then it favours Joe.
Yeah. I think in that first rally alone, we've seen just from the sound of the ball there, it seems Joe's kind of picked up the pace and hitting the ball a bit more aggressively already.
Quietly determined about his business.
Shot.
Great shot. Good pick up. Pick off, sorry.
Dangerous, Carl.
Yeah.
His boast.
Yeah, they seem to come from nowhere, don't they? Sort of flick.
Two, 1.
Very honest from Joe there.
I certainly thought that was good.
Yeah, I would have carried on. Carl's playing well. He's really mixing up his game as well. He's played every single shot possible in the game already. And it's causing Joe all kinds of problems.
He's really got to win this, I think, this rally. Back in. 2 drop. So that's cool for him.
2-4.
It's the reverse of last game, in fact.
Hopefully with the reverse outcome.
Ooh.
Uncharacteristic, unforced error.
Yeah, not really under any pressure there at all, was he? Just lashed out with it a bit.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah, I'd say the only kind of, definitely these sort of variants of pace that comes from Kyle, doesn't it? Not from Joe. Kyle does want to hit the ball sometimes.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. 4-1 to 5-4.
5-4.
Very strange.
So, yeah, that was. Because normally that happens the other way around. I think Kyle normally rattles off his points to his advantage.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's got in his head that he shouldn't beat Joe.
Could be, yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure,
but self-doubt, maybe. Oh, wow, I think that's a bad call. Sorry, I should probably say that. Oh, dear. My goodness.
Doesn't look happy about that.
Gosh, I would be very upset too. I was questioning whether it would be a let. I'm not sure it was.
again, we're only watching it on the small
Yeah,
screen,
no,
but
that's true.
it didn't look like a stroke from here. But
Pick up Joe. Get that.
oh, that's a good shot.
Thank you. 6-5.
Till I'm into it, I'm screaming that now at the screen. Get there, Joe. Okay, try and be objective if I can. Oh, yes. That's the first time he's kind of under-hit it.
6-all.
Yeah, that was
placement.
perfectly weighted.
Yeah, good weight, good
Just
placement.
on the sidewall when Carl wanted to have hit it. Smart squash.
It was, yeah, because usually it's the kind of trademark blast to the back, isn't it? It's, on that cross court.
Nice.
Oh, this is really ebbing and flowing, isn't it? It's,
Yeah, it's an interesting game of squash actually.
yeah, just one game's a bit of upper hand.
They're both very evenly matched. And it's just one of them plays a very good rally and wins the rally,
Yeah,
and
that's
the other
right,
one plays
does.
a
Yeah,
very
that's
good
right,
rally.
yeah.
It's
Good, good.
There's nothing in it really.
Great to watch. Oh, bit unforced there, wasn't it?
I think there was some tired legs
Could be.
coming into
Could
work
be.
there.
Could be.
A lot of pressure from Joe. 5th game. Thought he had that, but it just seemed to
Just
falter a little bit.
Yeah, just sort of almost like he took his eye off the ball in a way. I'm sure he didn't. Down the middle. Oh, lovely. Okay. Saw it late, and but still gathered it up, didn't he?
8-all.
8-all, nip and tuck. What has Joseph got in the tank?
He needs to put together a couple of really long, hard rallies and just try and extend the ball. That's lucky, but
It's very magnanimous of Kyle.
I thought you played and missed before he made contact. That's how I saw it.
it's a very unfortunate time to be having a decision you just agree with so strongly. Especially when it awards a point. It's not like it's that he thinks it shouldn't be a let and they play a let. It's that he thinks it should be a let and it's a no let, so he actually loses the point, as well as going into the next rally thinking that he's been a bit cheated out there. But that squash,
Can he
he'll try and back it up now.
will he lift the head, or is it mentally scarred him there?
It's a tough one.
He's trying to fire himself up there, you can see it. Bit generous there of Joe to give him a hit there. Not quite sure I would have done that.
It's a very good drop shot. I saw it good as well, to be fair. Stayed very, very short, but I think that was just the cut.
Joe's a little bit unlucky to catch the corner. The ball to squeeze out to the middle of the court.
It's a good shot. the Tim Vale textbook of squash there. Two fantastic straight volley drops, awarding him the point with that drive to the back.
A bit worrisome there, that previous one, supposed to be a stroke. Joe let him off a little bit there.
Yeah. You can't let anyone off at this point in the match.
Neither really want to make the error, do they? What a way to win. Great game.
Shows a lot of mental strength from Kyle there, being 9-8 down in the fifth, as well as 2-0 down in the match originally.
And also to have that decision go against him. I did worry there that he was going to fold.
Did well to bring it back, yeah, really well.
Oh, and he's going to
Well, thank you very much, everyone. Unfortunately, Coolhurst lost, so I was too busy commentating. Many thanks for turning up. Can we get one more big round of applause for the players, please? Plenty more to come in the season. It's still early days. We're still in there. We're going to make the semis. Don't you worry. The next match is here on a Friday. I can't remember the date off the top of my head. It's terrible to do that. It's the 10th. 10th of November. Thank you very much. Oh, yes. We are going to St George's Hill. No, they're coming to us, actually. The next one is the RAC on the 24th. If you fancy going away, it should be a fantastic night. So do let me know, or anyone else at the club or the meeting, if you'd like to come. It should be a good evening. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nick. Thank you. Do come again. Unlucky Coolhurst.